Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver, and I'm sliding closer to the microphone. I'm sliding closer into frame as we speak. So, I apologize that World of Horror has been dead for, just making sure window capture is off. You don't need to see what, YouTube music I listened to that was uploaded a year ago and has 1,000 views and is actually a real banger. It's called Metaphors. You should listen to it. It's great. It's by Raito Waifu. I have no idea how I found out this song existed. I think YouTube just randomly recommended it to me, and it was really, really good. But, no, 1 second of, Mystery of the Druids Episode 1. Great series, you should watch it. But another series that's really good that you should watch is No Straight Roads. We just finished it. The No Straight Roads series is over. There are 6 episodes of it. It has a playlist. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I had a lot of fun with it. And also, the reason I need to say that the last episode was uploaded is because it was ineligible for monetization, which I remember. I don't know if this is true. I remember hearing some people talking about it who did YouTube videos. So, you know, if they were talking about it, then that means it must be true, right? Who would go on the internet and tell lies? But apparently, if you're monetized and you have a video that is unmonetizable, YouTube deboosts it. Like, they don't, like, you know, boost the video as they otherwise should have, or they otherwise would normally do that. But, you know, World of Horror has been dead for like 4 days, 3 days. And I do apologize for that, but we did have some fun things happen in the meantime. So I was spelunking on the internet, as one is wont to do, and I found a pretty good deal for a camera. Now, I've been wanting to do... Listen, you're never getting a face reveal, and hand reveal will be in gloves. You can 100% guarantee that. And it'll probably just be videos for a while, just to like make sure that the setup works before we try to move for like a live stream. But I got a camera. I got one of those link capture card things that basically like... You know what? I haven't played in a while. I'm feeling Miku. I'm feeling like we're gonna play a little Miku as a treat today. But we'll do... I mean, let's do something not a nightmare for when we inevitably get... Oh, Hunted by the Cult. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Pretty easy. Not too upset about that. But, basically, I've been wanting to do painting and like, hobby Warhammer modeling content for a while. Well, inevitably a lot of it is... If it becomes a series that we do regularly, inevitably a lot of it is going to be Kingdom Death, because I have a few Kingdom Death things to paint. Just a few. Just a tiny amount. Just a small amount of Kingdom Death to paint. And I think I've talked about it before, and I'll inevitably talk about it a lot more if we actually ever get to make videos about it. But the thing is, me and Kingdom Death Rutsu, I played Kingdom Death digitally on Tabletop Simulator, and it was a lot of fun. Apparently, Kingdom Death Simulator is out now, but you have to, like, buy that. It is, like, apparently a lot cheaper, though, because it's, like... It's still a little bit ridiculous, considering the Tabletop Simulator thing exists, and that's probably the more convenient way to play it anyways, but depending on how good the Kingdom Death Simulator is, like, it might be worth the money. But it's like, I think it's like $20 for the game, and then, like, $5 per expansion. So that's actually not that bad. Like, I definitely think I actually don't remember how much the simulator base game is, but if it's like around $20, $30, it'd probably be worth it. It'd probably be worth it if you can invite friends to play and they don't need to buy the simulator as well. Because, you know, in real life, you're the one buying the board game, and you're the one who's absorbing that initial cost, and then your friends come in and play with you, right? So it wouldn't make sense that everybody would have to buy a copy. because it's a board game. You know, the person who owns the board game is the one who pays for the board game. But anyways, besides the point. So the problem that I had with Kingdom Death, so I played it on the tabletop simulator, and that was really, really fun. It was a really, really enjoyable time. It was a really, really enjoyable time. I had a... Oh, wait, Moriko's right there. I'm so stupid. I didn't even look at what was on the TV when I put up the image. But, like, okay. So... my experience with the hobby, most of the hobbying that I've done was when I first started back when I was like a teenager, right? That's when I started getting into the hobby. And that's when I did a lot of my building, a lot of my painting. Most of my Tyranids I painted when I was a teenager. Most of my orcs I painted when I was a teenager. And then I just kind of fell out of it when I became an adult. And I just kind of gradually stopped doing it, and I'd paint, like, maybe a couple things every year. And I'm trying to get back into it. And one of the ways that I wanted to get back into it was with, I think we can go evolving eels first. It's not like we're gonna get, like, fame or whatever, so don't have to worry about balancing Kana with the other allies. But one of the ways that I wanted to get back into it was with Kingdom Death, because... you know, it's pretty cool, and I had a lot of fun playing it digitally with my friends. So, I invest in it, I buy the board game, and then as I'm, like, putting the models together, I'm looking at them, and I'm like, this is insane. Like, the quality of these miniatures and the techniques that you need to use for them are things that I don't have experience with, right? Because I just said 90% of my hobby has been, like, orcs, Tyranids, and Necrons. I didn't say Necrons, but that's the army that I started with, right? So that's not skin. Like, that's not human skin tones. That's not, like, cloth or leather. Well, I guess it is leather on orcs, right? But, you know, I was just completely overwhelmed, and I was looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, and I thought to myself, and I had these intrusive thoughts, that it's like, I'm not a good enough painter to actually paint these miniatures. Like, I'm not good enough to paint these minis. I don't feel competent enough, I don't feel good enough, and so it just made me kind of sad. And so, a couple years ago, I tried to get back into it with some Chaos Space Marines and some Grey Knights, and I had a lot of fun modeling a bunch of conversions for the Chaos Space Marines, and then I actually don't remember exactly when it was exactly because of what I'm about to say. It'll give you the proper timeline. Is I was building a small Chaos Space Marines force, and I always knew that I wanted them to be mono Slaanesh, because I think Slaanesh is neat. I love the aesthetic. I love the Slaanesh demons. I think they look really cool. I love the aesthetic. Noise Marines are awesome. And so I'm building my, like, what is it, like a Chaos Lord? Just a regular, like, just HQ leader guy. And back then, again, the timeline will become clear when I tell you exactly what happened, but I'm trying, like, I don't actually remember exactly when this was, right? So, back then, the Chaos Space Marine Lord was very, very versatile. It was like a Swiss Army knife. And you could basically give them whatever the hell you wanted, and they could do pretty much anything at, like, a pretty decent level, you know? They were all, like, you could basically just build one to fit your army, and then you built what army that you wanted, and then the Chaos Lord, essentially, like, you could customize it and give it war gear to fit that, right? So I made this Chaos Lord with a jump pack, because I wanted to have a very, like, mobile, assault, like, jetpack, jump pack, like, focused army with, raptors, and what were the other ones called? The Warp Talons? Yeah, raptors and Warp Talons. So I wanted to have, like, squads of raptors and Warp Talons flying around, and I wanted to have Terminators teleporting into, like, the center of the map to, like, help capture objectives and stuff. And then I just wanted some, like, basic Space Marines or, like, Noise Marines holding ground and capturing objectives, like, near my side of the board. And I wanted, like, a very mobile army, a very jump pack focused army. And so it made sense that my Chaos Lord would be a jump pack guy, so that he could, like, when he deployed, he could, like, jump over to the Terminators, give them the rerolls to the ones, and then he could jump over and join the Raptor squads on an assault, you know? And that was, I was having a lot of fun with the fantasy and a lot of fun with the list building and building my models. And I still have my custom Chaos Lord. I took the, whatchamacallit, he's like a dude from the Black Legion, and he's it's like a world ender. He has like a spear. I took his body, shaved off with an X-Acto knife and some files. I shaved off all the Black Legion iconography. I gave him custom shoulder pads, I think. And I gave him a custom weapon, because originally, all of my Warhammer armies are sort of in the same, like, lore sphere, if that makes sense, because all my armies, well, most of my armies are custom, and I have a very, very small Space Wolves force, and the lore that I was going with is that this guy, because I was making a custom Space Marine chapter, and the lore that I was having with this guy is that his, like, contingent, his squad of Space Marines, as they were, like, being influenced by Chaos, they ran into some Space Wolves, and what ended up happening was he ended up killing the Space Wolves, and he actually took the Space Wolves leader's sword, right? So he had a custom sword that was, like, tied and dangling with skulls, and I also put on his jump pack a, like, banner of Slanesh, although that keeps falling off. I don't think I put that back on, because it fell off when I moved, and I don't think I glued it back on. I really need to drill into it. I'm surprised I didn't drill into it before, because that's what I do for most things, is I'll use the drill in, and then attach it with, like, some, like, a cut-off paper clip. But I guess I didn't do that, because it fell off. So I'm gonna have to do that. But, you know, I created, like, this entire this, like, little lore for the guy. I gave him a squad, and I was, like, ready to, well, I wasn't ready, but, like, as I was building up my list and my army, the new, like, Chaos rules dropped, and they updated the Chaos Lord, and they went from a Swiss Army knife that could basically do anything to a hyper-specific, like, ground unit, and they lost, like, most of their war gear options, including the option to take a jump pack. And so I was just literally, like, serious? I was so just kind of gobsmacked. You know, I was just sitting there, and I was like, what the hell? Like, really? Like, and I even ranted at it at the time. There are World of Horror episodes from however long ago that was that I'm mad about it. I'm still mad about it. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a Chaos Lord with a jump pack back now. I don't know if I could maybe go to Games Workshop's new website and check it out. I still don't like the new Games Workshop web store. I think it's very inconvenient. It's asking me to sign in. That's... Alright, I just wanted to look at Armies of Chaos, please. Chaos Space Marines. Like, I'm pretty sure... Can you filter by... Sort by... Is there no way to just sort for, like, HQ or Leader or Lord or... Because it just says online only, relevant, A-B test. What is A-B test? I would like to view the results of A-B test, please. Nothing. It didn't change anything. Anyways, the website is unusable. Unless you know exactly what you're looking for. I see Terminator Lord. Oh, there he is. Harken, the Herald of the Apocalypse. That's the one. Okay, maybe they don't have a Chaos Lord with jump pack. Maybe I was wrong. They definitely have Sons of Horus Legion Command, though. That's real. I don't know why they just made their website worse like that. Like, your website was usable. Like, the old website was really... Like, it was very well organized. And you could just click, like, okay, I want to see Xenos armies. I want to see orcs. I want to see orc HQ. Or I want to see orc vehicles. You can't do that anymore. It's, like, impossible to find anything on that website anymore unless you know exactly what you're looking for. And it makes just browsing for, like... Because none of it's organized! You used to be able to go onto Age of Sigmar and sort by, like, heroes and wizards. And now you can't do that. So how am I supposed to know what's a hero and a wizard or just, like, a one-off random-ass model? Like, oh, this ghost on a horse is a hero. This ghost on a horse is a basic unit. But the hero comes in a box of 3 models. And the just random, you know, generic ghost on a horse comes in a box of 2 models. And they're both, like, you know, they're both, like, $80+. So how am I supposed to know which one's which, huh? Anyways, I'm getting mad about Games Workshop, but it was demoralizing. It was demoralizing, and so I kind of, like, put it on the back burner. And that was also around the time when... God, that was more than 2 years ago, wasn't it? I'm so confused about the timeline overall, but I got the spirit, you know? Why did I click on ramen? I don't know. We're just chilling. We're just hanging out. We're just having a good time. Me and Ramen Rutsu. But, you know, that was pretty demoralizing. And then when I moved, my air compressor... I don't know what happened to it, because I kept my air compressor clean. But, for whatever reason, during the move, I guess it was in, like... For whatever reason, after I moved, the air compressor got rusty. And if you know anything about rusty air compressors, you know that that is pretty dangerous. So, anyways, I've been kind of out of the hobby for, like, a good while. And... I've been trying to get back in. Because I think it would be a lot of fun. And so, one of the things that happened was that I found a good deal on a camera. And what that's going to allow me to do is that's going to allow me to... And the camera's ordered, by the way. This is not a hypothetical what-if statement like the previous camera arcs have been, okay? This is... Literally, I got a good deal on a camera, and I ordered the camera. And so hopefully, I'll be able to set that up, and we'll be able to get, like, a painting video. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be neat? I think that would be interesting. I think that would be a good time. And I found an air compressor as well, so I'll be able to airbrush again soon. And by soon, I mean just whenever I take it out of the box. I haven't set it up yet. Gonna look into setting that up on the weekend. But yeah, no, I've been trying to reclaim some hobby time, and I'm very excited about that. And then, of course, the ability to turn it into YouTube content means that I can do 2 hobbies at the same time. Isn't that neat? Isn't that fun? So I'm a little excited. I'm a little happy. Now, I will say, the way that I am setting my setup up is I would have to take the setup down and move it and reset it up if I wanted to show you airbrushing. And I think I probably don't want to do that because I don't think it will happen. Like, it would have to be a catastrophic failure where, like, I roll multiple nat 1s in a row. But, like, I'm a little bit nervous about the idea of, like, using an airbrush near a camera. So, you know. I think we'll probably just stick to hand painting. Because I feel like that's probably a lot less... I don't know why I keep going there. I keep thinking like, oh yeah, the water's not oily. No, the water's oily. The water's oily, sister. The water's oily, brother. We're not taking a bath in that. Crimson Cape, Abnormal Arms, Wordless Ward. Ugh. Honestly, I guess we could do Wordless Ward into Abnormal Arms, do Akamanto last. Feel pretty good about that. But yeah, no, I'm just, I'm cautiously optimistic. I feel like, you know, you absolutely have to at least make one painting video. And I was actually talking about this with Plunger. Was it Plunger? Actually, no, I don't think it was Plunger. I think it was with a friend. And my friend was like, listen, well, okay. Oh, okay, a different friend. Different friend is the correct phrasing. The Freudian slip that leads to the destruction of the mystery of the Druids and subsequent how did I forget the Captain Spooner Briggs game? I can't believe I somehow forgot Captain Spooner Briggs of the Mary Celeste. But that series as well, which will be in September, I think, along with the first member game. Sorry about that. Also, we've only got 2 member games nominated, so if you're a member and you want to get your game on the list, you should probably do that. I mean, there's no rush, but just a reminder, because only like 3 or 4 members have actually talked about what game they might want on the list. And it's like, there are 7 of you. What on earth do I want to do here? I'm looking at these 3 options and I'm like, I guess we just buy a coffee. Like, I guess I'll just die, you know? Like, I'm not really happy with any of these options. Oh boy, my stats have improved. Thank you. +1 to all of your stats by clicking an event? That's the best event in the game. I almost want to do this just because it'll equalize our health a little bit, and we get a little bit of minus doom. Don't mind if I do. Now we're immediately going to lose it because we're equalizing our health with resting, but, that's okay, that's okay. 50 doom on Miku Mystery 3. I think we take those, chat. I think we take those. What about 55 Doom on Miku? I think. Don't mind if I do. Probably should have sold the empty bottle, because it's like, unless we are going to the school, though, so I'm, like, holding out hope on Copium, or, like, Sludge Hallway, but it is what it is, right? I guess we just search the cabinet and die. Sure, why not? I mean, we're gonna run away from this boss. Oh, you know what? What I just realized is we have allegedly 2 stamina bosses back to back. Now, theoretically speaking, okay, we're gonna run away from this boss, and theoretically speaking, we're going to not encounter the second boss because we're gonna get lucky and it will be timeline A. But you never know. It could be a Abnormal Arms Centipede boss fight, and if it is, you're gonna feel a little bit silly about that, aren't you? Now, we do have adrenaline, right? Yeah, we do. So our combat's not, like, unforgivably bad. I don't know why I'm taking a risk. I don't know why I'm taking a risk. I just wanted to feel something. I just wanted to be able to shout out loud, like, no, how did we miss twice in a row? It's a 90% chance! But no, we're fine. And do we entertain fighting this? I don't think we do. I think we're alright with 61 Doom. 62 Doom, but you know, like -1 because of Hunted by the Cult. I think we're pretty adequate with how we're feeling right now. And I do think you go into Abnormal Arms with these with the bottle squad. You probably want to save the empty bottle for the funny school event. To maybe get a bottle of sludge for Akamanto, but it's not possible for a one-turn kill here, so I think you just gotta go for this. Even though, like, you're not really worried about the damage that you're taking here, you still gotta go for it. I don't like this actually at all. I think this is horrible. Yeah, I'd much rather prefer to do this. Just because, like, yeah, we lose out on some damage in the next boss fight that we do, but I'm not feeling too good about that one. Also, something truly evil is real? No way. The STE counter is at 2? I'm not really okay with that, chat. Like, you do realize we're in a situation where... I mean, this is sanity if you lose it, so that's fine. We're not really worried about our sanity right now. We're very much worried about one thing in particular. Do we want to get our dexterity up? Like, we can. Like, our combat is good, but it could be better, and I would like it to be better. But also, we're going to have stamina issues, so I feel like taking dexterity to potentially mitigate 3 damage is a good idea. I think you go for this just because you can immediately... I should have checked to see if we had fetid fumes, but I vaguely thought that we didn't have fetid fumes. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. We're gonna fight it. No! I don't want the bell to toll. I don't want the bell to toll, chat. Don't toll the bell. Don't. No, the bell is not tolling. I cannot believe this is like... How many runs does STE even exist in? You know what I mean? Like, how many runs have we been in where it's like... I gotta throw another bottle. I gotta throw another bottle, bro. Can you believe that, like, we have Kana, and these enemies are still doing so much damage? Oh, thank God. Alright, we win those, chat. I should have been paying more attention to this run earlier. I needed to lock the F in much quicker. I almost want to, like, fish in the history club for some sort of item, like this. I will perfectly take Book of Gore. Thank you so much. Can we survive STE with Book of Gore? I hope so. I don't remember how to do STE though. Like, I don't remember how to do something truly evil boss fight. I'm not very good at it. Because I think it can appear after 3, right? It's just, it's not a very high chance, but we have to do like 10 investigations. And any of these investigations could be the GG well played. Ugh. Like, because of Book of Book of Fungal Growth, that's a pretty bad book, honestly. Unless you're like a fungus farmer. Or, I don't know, like a zombie wizard in The Last of Us. Don't toll the bell. I literally don't care about anything else right now in the run. I don't care. We don't have curse signs, right? Yeah, we don't have curse signs. I literally don't have to care about anything happening in this run outside of do we get Broken Jaw when we cast that one spell. That's literally it. Now, this enemy is a goddamn nightmare, but again, as long as we don't get Broken Jaw, we're fine. Oh, I can boost this attack too, as well, and block? No, I cannot. This is a very strange attack pattern, but it's okay. Now, the reason we're doing this in the way that we are, which is very important, is we need to make sure that if we get Broken Jaw from doing this, then we can get it fixed. That is a dislocated shoulder, I do not care. We need to be able to react. Badly bleeding is something that we would like to react to. We are doing Human Akamanso, so we're going to get a lot of Doom back. So, we're going to use this one more time. And Frostbite is pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell the empty bottle. And then we're going to take care of both badly bleeding and Frostbite. And this is why you do this outside of the boss arena and not inside the boss arena. Now, we are down 1 strength for this mystery, right? Yeah, but we're fine overall. I think we're okay overall. Seaside's safe, so I'm not worried about that. No bells, no bells, no bells. Thank God. It's just the formaldehyde jar. So this is a kill if it hits, so. Alright, I don't know why, like, I don't know why I, like, speak out loud. Last attack 3 and 4 hit, attack 1 and 2 miss, attack 1 and 2 hit, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Alright, we actually have a lump of flesh too, so we're feeling like pretty good about this. I'll go ahead and take a painkiller to being stabbed by Akamanto, thank you so much. And I think we just 80... We can't 80 both of them? Oh, because of the... Yeah, because of the strength loss. We're on that 0.25 grind set, bro. And now you're just kind of fishing? You're just kind of gambling? I think we can go gambling one more time. And then you can do something like this, which is a guaranteed kill, and you feel pretty good about that. I wasn't really paying attention to the numbers, because I didn't really think we had to. I didn't really care, to be honest with you. We were just kind of, like... Just kind of bawling out of our minds here. We could get, like, 2 points in the leadership, 6, 7. I guess that's, like... If you're playing on neutral... On, character perks, it is worthwhile to get exactly 1 point into charisma. Actually, wait, don't we have hunger? Oh, we do! So we would actually be at 6 charisma right now, which we'd be able to get to 7 and 8 if we could cure hunger. That's actually kind of neat. So you don't even have to, like, you literally don't even have to mess with the charisma stat unless you get hunger. That's actually kind of cool, because we could, if we didn't have hunger, we could get to 8 charisma. That's actually pretty neat. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, is that you can get to 8 charisma really easily. Miku is a very interesting character because she can get to the 8 stat thresholds for all the lighthouse stats very easily, but she can also lose it very easily as well. And if you go wide, which is something, here's the thing, going wide in stats is not something that I would normally recommend doing, but Miku can do it because, like, she just does really well. I think Yashiro can even do it to some extent because of his, like, relatively high base stats. But playing Yashiro is a little bit more janky because you don't have very good... whatchamacallit. You don't have very good attack speed. You just have damage. So we're good. I think it's just smooth sailing. I think we're just like, I think we're just cruising. I don't even know if we need the Akamanto mask. I don't think we need to heal either, but we have Book of Gore, so if we do, can something truly evil get you in the lighthouse? Hopefully not. Like, hopefully this is you know, this is warded by, like, the eldritch entities, and something truly evil respects eldritch gods enough that something truly evil stays away. I mean, I don't even think, like, I need to block here, really. Like, I think we're just, I think we're just alright. I think we're just fine. I think we can just kill Takashi-san and just be on our way. It was like ramen. I wouldn't normally pick ramen second because it's such an easy mystery to where it's like you kind of want to save it for the end because it'll be really easy in the end. But I guess it worked out. I don't know. I think there's like a couple of ways that you could do like a World of Horror run, and I think both of them are valid. One of them is you put off the boss fights as long as possible if your character is strong enough to kill those bosses. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing Ayaka, right? You want to stay away from bosses for basically as long as possible so that you can just get to the point where you can one-hit KO something with 100 health because you're doing like 80 damage per attack and you can attack 8 times with a strong attack. And you don't even really care about the difference between strong attack and light attack because you're dealing 80 damage per attack and the difference is 78 damage per attack and 80 damage per attack. You don't really care about that at that point, right? But the thing is, and you definitely, like, Ayaka is a character that really doesn't care about desperation either, because it's like, oh no, I'm doubling 18 damage per turn versus 20 damage per turn. It's like, yeah, that's a pretty big deal, but, or it's like, sorry, I'm doing 20 damage with a desperation attack versus 18 damage with a desperation attack, light and heavy. But the thing is, it's like, it doesn't really matter, because if you're doing 18 damage per attack, you're gonna kill like 99.99% of everything in the game in one turn, you know? So it doesn't really, like, light attack and strong attack doesn't really matter in that regard. But, you know, if you're a character that kind of has some trouble with harder combat encounters, I think one of the ways that you could play it, and it's a little janky and it's a little RNG, so I can understand why people wouldn't want to do it, and I understand why I don't do it all the time. But you see me do it more recently, where it's like, okay, we have this boss, I'm gonna go to the history club until I get a solution to this boss, and then I'm taking that solution, and then we're going into the boss, and then we're killing the boss instantly with whatever solution that I have. And I feel like the history club's really strong because of that, but also I feel like if you didn't like that meta, where you're, like, specifically going out of your way to, like, randomly try to obtain items to get, like, specific counters for specific encounters, that's just kind of how the game is designed, you know? It's an RNG game. You're not guaranteed to get anything, and if your character isn't strong enough to face the horrors, guess what? You need to be able to get them something that is, or you're gonna die. The goal of the game is to win. And by that I mean to save the innocent lives of every single person in Shiikawa. But we're gonna do a Pokidoku? I haven't done a Pokidoku in like 3 or 4 days, whenever the last World of Horror episode was. And I immediately see fighting, and I'm gonna cry. But here we go. Let's go gambling. Firefighting? This is Blaziken. Or Infernate. Ghost fighting? I don't know. Kalos fighting? I don't know. Ground fire? I think I did Camrupt the last time we played Pokidoku, too. I like Camrupt. I had Camrupt on my team for Alpha Sapphire. Mythical fire? I don't really know all the mythical Pokemon. Mythical ghost? I don't know all of the mythical Pokemon. Mythical Kalos? I don't know what Kalos is. Ground ghost. Rotom? Yeah, no, that's not gonna... Is Spiritomb? I thought Spiritomb was a rock. But Spiritomb... Oh, you know what? Could Spiritomb be a mythical Pokemon? Is that an event Pokemon? No. How about a Volcanion? That's a mythical Pokemon. Okay, there we go. Everything else, though? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Ghost Ground. Gotta use my head and think? I feel like I should maybe know this one, but also I have no idea. Spooky. House of Jump Scares. Fighting. Gouging fire. Yeah, I'm gonna click the give up button. Alisand. Marshadow. Dianshi. Halucha is from Kalos. Okay, that's realistically the only one that I could get. And both of the answers to Mythical Ghost and Fighting Ghost were, that one, I guess. I wasn't gonna get that. I wasn't gonna get that. A Golurk? A Yamask? No, I'm not getting any of them. I'm not getting any of them. A Hoopa. Yeah, I'm gonna get Hoopa. Yeah, I'll understand Hoopa. Oh, Hoopa Unbound. Obviously. How could I be so stupid? Alright, we're gonna go to do the Luldul as well. Now, I wish the Luldle had a give up button, even though I know way more about League of Legends than I do about Pokemon. Alright, today's champion, well, you know, I was watching, was it the LCK or the LPL? I think it was the LPL. They pulled out Gnosis. Alright, male top. Okay, alright, we have something to work with here. Ranged or both? Let's try Jace. I think he can be mid, though, so that'll be wrong. Melee ranged! Okay, there's not many of those. There's not many of those. So, I don't think it's Kled. Because Kled is only melee, right? So then... Male, top, Omni, more recent. Like, Omni attack styles. There's not many of them. I feel like I'll get it in a second. Because who can switch between ranged and melee? Nidalee, Elise, Jace. And then I'm drawing a blank. There's probably well, there has to be another one, right? And they have to be a top laner. So we're gonna go to the League of Legends champion list. I know that's cheating, but there's over like 160 of these guys. Like, you know, I think I can be cut some slack that I don't remember their name or what they look like off the top of my head, you know. But like once I see them on the list, it'll be locked in. It'll be instant. It's not Gangplank, right? Because Gangplank, his ranged ability is like an ability, not like him switching. Because melee ranged means like you have a form switch, like Jace. Where you can switch between hammer and gun. Or like hammer and gun hammer, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's Kled, because I'm pretty sure that shotgun is an ability. Same thing with Gangplank. Neela is a bot laner, and also I think she's classified as melee. Poppy can do like 80 different roles. Alright, I'm getting a little bit worried here. I'm scrolling and I have no idea who it could be. Who can switch to ranged? Alright, I think we're in trouble, chat. I don't think it's Urgot, right? Definitely not, right? Oh, I'm getting a little bit nervous here. I scrolled through the entire champion list. I don't really know who it is. I guess we can try some of the ideas that I had. They're a Yordle. And they use melee and ranged. Is Rumble classified as a melee ranged for some reason? Nope, just a melee. Well, I can just go through the list of Yordles. Am I insane? I mean, somebody's screaming at their screen, right? Like, you know, you get it. I'm gonna take another look at the list. It's not Ziggs. It's definitely not Ziggs. Because Ziggs can be played in, like, 4 different roles. It's not Vigar. It's not Teemo. Because Teemo is ranged. I feel like I'm going crazy. Like if it could be Poppy, I'd understand, right? Because Poppy has a ranged auto attack. but yeah, I'm a little... Because my first thought was, like, Kled. It's not. I don't think it... we'll answer Kennen. But... Oh, it's Gnar. It's Gnar. Duh. I forgot... Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot Gnar was a Yordle. I forgot Gnar was a Yordle. I did. I'm sorry. I forgot he was a Yordle. I was so confused, and then I see Gnar, and I'm like, oh yeah, he form shifts. Oh yeah, he's a Yordle, I forgot. My flames only burn the unworthy. Who you callin' little? Have you seen my bear Tibbers? No. Who the hell has fire? Infernal Galio. Hell yeah. It's not Rumble. It's definitely not Rumble. It's definitely not Rumble, but just for my sanity, okay? Brand. You can tell when it's not a champion that I know immediately off the top of my head. Who uses fire? I mean, Annie does. It's not Annie. I knew it was not. I knew it wasn't Annie. I knew it was not Annie, okay? Maybe, I mean, Ari has Foxfire. I just want to get the audio. I just want to get the audio clue without, like, trolling, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe this is a weird, like, Jarvan 4 quote.
My flames burn only the unworthy.
Huh? Wait, Morgana. No, Kale. What the hell? Yumi. Shit. Pantheon. I'm thinking of champions who have shields, and I'm blanking out. What is this? What is Dota 2 Invoker? Jarvan 4. Aurelia. Hui. Maybe this is one of the 80 Hui abilities. I feel like I've seen this shield before, but I don't know from who. Is it a Melio ability? I think Melio has, like, some yellow abilities, right? Warm hugs? Oh, this is the ball. I have no idea which button it is. W? It was E. Next time. Alright. Wow, bro. Nuts. Crazy. I just pressed a button, move source up. Oh, move source up, move source down. Okay. Accidentally moved my source. That's pretty crazy. But anyways, stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye!